What up, guys? So today I wanted to make a guide on the Anomaly Interception. And if you don't know, essentially it's the last stage of this interception where it gives you a specific boss that drops a specific gear type. So this one drops the boots. This one is actually special because the only rewards it drops is just the custom modules, which can let you re-roll your overload gear for like different stats and whatnot. But this one gives you the arms, this one gives you the chest piece, this gives you the helmet, yada yada. Anyways, so the thing about these is they have like these stages you get to, which is basically like how much damage you can do to the boss and what kind of rewards you're gonna get based on that damage. Unfortunately, for like most of these bosses, I can only get to stage 4, but so I have to update this in the future. But for now, I mean, stage 4 is pretty nice. If you can tell, the rewards don't really like scale that hard, if that makes sense. Obviously the chances get better, but like not by a lot. But yeah, so these are basically all the same rates, or for like the drop rates, etc., except these for the Kraken guy, you're guaranteed the custom module. So if you just want to farm these so you can roll your gear, then go ahead. But I'm just gonna do like a basic kind of guide towards it. Unfortunately, like I said, I only beat up to stage 4. But firstly, the mirror container. So this boss is not very fun, at least when it came out. But having someone like Ein, or like if you have, for example, what's her face, Lapis, with her treasure, because she does true damage, or like, I don't know, if you have some really good snipers, or like even rocket launchers could work if you think they can hit mirror containers like damage check, I guess you could call it. Keep in mind that all of these do have a mechanic where the bosses themselves do more damage if they have type advantage on your guys. So like, for example, mirror container is electric, so he's gonna have type advantage against what was it? I think it's the water unit. So no, I think it's yeah, he'll do more damage to Alice because she's fire, because mirror container is water. Sorry. Anyways, first phase is just like chill. For the most part, you can just like do your spam like I usually do. The only thing you could watch out for is this. If you want to, you can destroy it. The only way you can destroy it is you have to one-shot it. So you have to have someone who will do like, who will hit all of its HP off like in one go. You can't like whittle it down with like your regular guns. You have to have like shotgun, rocket launcher, or sniper to one-shot it. And then this, I think it's just elemental check, nothing too crazy. But I would recommend, if you have Ein like me, you do what I did. You save her burst for second in phase 1, and then once right here, after that, it'll do phase 2, and then so during phase 2 is when mirror container is probably the most annoying. So he'll like charge up, you'll see the little like force little pillars, I guess you could say, go up. But this is where you want to save your burst until you see this. You want to burst right when you see that, break the laser, and then this is crucial. You're in your burst, you have to click space to get all of your people to cover, and then you gotta charge, like for example, Ein all the way so that you have to one-shot it. If you do not one-shot it, it's gonna get a fuck ton of damage reduction. It's just gonna creep your DPS. So make sure you do that, and then you just gotta repeat that process over. You burst, and then you take cover, and then shoot it and one-shot it. Basically this for like this this phase. So not too bad, but it's like really annoying if you don't have the damage to one-shot it, because your damage is just not going to be enough. But yeah, even if your damage isn't enough to break it, you still can get like not the worst score, but like it's going to slow you down a lot if you do not break it. And then, I mean, did you just repeat that over and over again? Like I said, wait till you see that like little blast coming at you, and then that's when you burst. And then once you see like that little effect where it starts charging, you put everybody into cover and then shoot yourself. So not too bad. Unfortunately, I'm about ending where I usually end, because after this I run out of time because I don't have the damage. But again, right here is another elemental check. Not too bad. You just hit them all with your electric unit and then reload. This is why I would say you should have like Ein if you can help it, because not only is she gonna be like your main damage dealer against this guy because she has a lot of pierce, I believe, or is it true damage? One of those two or both. But she's also electric, so she's gonna be able to hit the whatchamacallit, the type checks pretty easily. But yeah, essentially this is all I get to, and then after this he'll be into this form, but this one's not too bad. You just try to burst off cooldown and then make sure you break these, because that the little like missiles, I guess you can call it, yeah, missiles that it launches, they do a decent amount of damage, but they also do like AoE, so they hit multiple people, so you definitely don't want to get hit by that. But yeah, essentially that's how Mirror Container goes. It's pretty easy if you have someone like Ein to one-shot those like damage checks, because like I said, if you don't one-shot them, it's gonna get a lot of damage reduction and it's gonna slow you down a lot. But anyways, alright, next is Indivilla, which is the Scorpion boss. This one's weak to fire and it'll do more damage to your wind units. Correct? No, to your iron. I'm bugging. So he'll do more damage to your iron units, so definitely keep that in mind if you're doing these. But anyways, this one's not too bad. I feel like the only real griefed ones are the Mirror Container and then like which one else? I guess the dang, I'm not remembering his name off the top of my head. Like the little spider robot guy. But anyways, in this first phase, he's gonna have the tail and then the pincers. You have to break them like all of them, or else they'll just like beam you down. So just be careful. And then this mode, he'll start like spraying a bit at your people. I can tank it, but like if you see the targeting, oh, I totally fucked that up. Whoops. If you see the targeting, definitely cover. And then right here, he does a little laser. Like I said, I can tank it, but like if it's someone important, you should cover so it doesn't. And then right here we have a water we have a fire skill check, so make sure you have your fire units to break that up. But yeah, essentially it's just that for like a little bit. So this is not too bad, especially if you have like me. You have Alice, who has, not only is she goated, she also has type advantage against this fool, so like she's just gonna shred him. Yeah, after that, he'll just go back up, and then he'll respawn his pincers and his tail. So just make sure you just, boom, break him again right when they respawn, so you don't have to deal with the damage that he does with those. Unfortunately, the tail is kind of hard to hit because it's all the way in the back, but like I said, having like Alice burst and then just aiming in the general direction usually gets the job done. So yeah, not too bad for the first two stages. Like that could do damage right there, so be careful on that. And then like the laser beam, what I usually do is I do like covering with Crown, because she can one-shot Crown. I don't know why, but Crown's been one-shot by that a couple of times, so just keep that in mind, because like I said, she's iron and this guy will do bonus damage to iron. Actually, I guess that's it. And after this, I think there's just like a little skill check, but oh, because he transforms, right. So the first 4 is usually what I get to, but he transforms after that, and then just goes into this big snake guy. Unfortunately, usually this is about where I get to. Oh, I forgot about this. He just does a little skill check. This one's kind of hard because it is pretty lengthy, because it just goes a long ass way. But if you need to, like I did right there, you could burst and then just have it done pretty easily. But in this stage, he'll charge up and then spawn a lot of minions, and then the only relay attack you have to watch out for is, I guess, that one where you just start shooting. But he'll launch a lot of missiles, and that'll do a lot of damage. So just watch out for that. Yeah, like the missiles right there. You could, if you have to, you could watch out for that. That should probably would do a lot of damage. I can tank it, but I say that, and then Naga just got one-shotted. Oh well. I mean, that was not too hard for the first 4 stages, but unfortunately I can't really check, because I can't really check after, because I don't do enough damage. Okay, next is this poison dude. So this guy is a little tricky. I totally forgot about this guy. This guy can also be kind of annoying because of what his abilities do, but... Okay, to start things off, you'd want to destroy these poison chambers, because that's basically what'll kind of grief you, but... so once the starts, he'll do that, where he does a force field. That you have to break with the iron. So obviously... make sure you have the right element to do that. I use crown, and yeah. So this attack, I don't dodge because crown's passive does it, but if you think it does damage to you, you should cover. This you have to cover. He'll do this little spray attack, and here I'll show you. But if you get hit by that without cover, it'll leave a poison on you, and that shit will do a decent amount of damage. Oh, and right here, after he does the poison, she'll shoot like little lasers from his back. Be careful on who that's targeting, because that could really just melt whoever he's targeting. Like right there, Amelia took a lot of damage. Granted, she was poisoned, but still, that can do a lot of damage. So if you have to, whoever he's targeting, just click on him and then cover. Okay, he'll usually go into this rotation where he does these skill checks, or the elemental checks rather. Just make sure you have your iron units target that, and it should be pretty easy. But just for the most part, the big thing is you have to watch out for the poison. The poison will take you down pretty badly. And like, if you have your cover, like, just cover it, you won't get hit by it. It's not too complicated, but the problem is if that one-shots your cover, like that attack right there, then that could grief you. But like, he shoots that little thing, and then you just cover and you don't get poisoned. Not too bad. And then after this, he'll do like some more skill checks. This isn't elemental, so you can change to whoever. Just be careful, because the white parts, obviously you can fail them and then they'll nuke your team. Okay, and then I think right here he just hardens, and he has a lot of damage reduction, because he has not taken any damage. But I'm pretty sure after this he'll just go back into spawning his poison, he'll do the attack, and then he'll do the big like swipe of the poison. So it's just the same thing. If you have to cover for that one, and then this you have to cover so you don't get poisoned down. But what the hell? They did get hit by the poison. Oh, maybe Crown's shield was tanking that. Okay, I might be giving you guys bad information. Whoops. I'm gonna have to check at the end if that actually goes through cover and Crown was just tanking it the whole time. Oh, unfortunately, I do have to burst for this because, oops. Because I don't know why, but I can never hit that like with just one person. It doesn't do enough damage. So that part, I think you do have to burst. I'm not sure. Let me quickly read. Have I been giving you guys bad information where you just it gets over cover? Oh no, it does. Yeah, you can dodge it if you take cover. Why did I get poisoned? Huh? Weird. I don't know, but oh well. I mean, it's the basic gist of it. Anyways, next guy is this dude, basically a spider guy. This guy is kind of annoying if you don't have water units to hit his elemental check, because he does have a decent amount of elemental checks in his fight. Well, not really a lot. It's just like the elemental checks he has is annoying. But essentially, his whole thing is that he'll spawn these minions during this first phase. You can hit his head for like, I guess the more thing, but I don't really think you have to. If you auto it, the regular will just hit like this middle thing, which I don't even know how significant that is. But essentially, if you have to, have like your other people shoot him, and then in the meantime take a shot at these minions, because those little, some of them, they have the suicide guys, and the other guys are just like the spawn, they throw stuns, so that could be annoying. But if you have Crown, the shield will tank the stun, so you won't get stunned. Okay, well, thing just got blocked. Oh, god damn it. We'll also shoot like those projectile balls, as you see, but for the most part, I don't have to deal with them with Amelia's, what's it called, AoE. Unfortunately, they tanked their big blast, so that was kind of a waste, but whatever. Oh well. Yeah, that's pretty easy for this phase. He will shoot that laser from time to time, which if you see at the bottom, it shows who it's targeting. So if you think that will do a lot of damage to whoever he's targeting. Obviously switch and cover, but I don't know. Usually I just tank these bosses. Or at least I'm allowed to, because Crown is goated. Shield is pretty strong, and my healing on this team is disgusting, dude. Like I said, having Crown and Nog on the same team will just have your heal and util be so disgusting that you can just have whoever's damage burst one, and then like your damage dealer. So this is kind of tricky. These circles will just spawn around. I usually switch to Crown because she has a lot of ammo, so I can just like maneuver where I have to. But upcoming right here is the water check. So whoever's your water, just make sure they're fully loaded so that they can hit this. So this is just the water check. You have to hit. Oh, okay. I'm missing. Okay, I'm gonna fail this. Okay. Oh my. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Alright, I'm gonna cut to that that part. Okay, now make sure your water unit's fully reloaded so you can't fuck up the skill check, or I mean the elemental check. Okay, now, okay, like I don't know how that's missing. There we go. So after the skill check, it's just, I'm pretty sure he'll fall to the ground so you can just get some DPS. Oh, not yet, I guess. But usually with this guy, he'll fall to the ground, you can get a lot of DPS, but I don't think the Anomaly Interception like plays on that mechanic too bad. I guess because they don't really care. I don't know. A bit weird. In this phase, it looks like he's just going to spawn more minions and balls, so if you have to, make sure you deal with those. I will say, prioritize the minions. Obviously, these are like the suicide bomber guys, and they do a lot of damage, depending on like, I mean, how strong your team is, obviously, but I think for the most part, that's the highest I get. Oh yeah, he falls to the ground here, so I think this is where you can get a pretty nice amount of damage. But like, yeah, this guy's not too bad, other than the what's it called, elemental check, and then like the little skill check. That's kind of grief if you don't have people with a lot of ammo, I guess. So yeah, that ends it for that spider bastard. Next, I think is just, yeah, the Kraken, the last one. Okay, so now with this Kraken boss, I haven't really faced him too much because I rather grind gear than grind the what's it called, custom modules. I don't really even go for perfect gear that much, which I probably should, and I probably can now that I farmed enough. But anyway, so for these, you just really want to make sure you shoot the back tentacles, because they're pretty weak, and I guess, you know, might as well do more damage to him. But for the most part, this first phase is just shooting the tentacles and then dodging the big slam that it does. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure a lot of your girls will auto-target the middle head, which, you know, will do 0 damage because he's got a fuck ton of armor. But he'll do the swipe right there. Crap, let me actually check if you can cover that. I could have sworn you should be able to. God damn it. I should have checked beforehand. Oops. Oh well, I guess I'll check after. Because I don't know why I'm getting hit through my cover. But, oh well. Essentially, this first part is just shooting the tentacles. Nothing too crazy. Just shoot tentacles and then cover if you have to. And then obviously make sure you have a wind unit. I did this first, and I didn't have a wind unit. I totally forgot, but I cut that out, so you won't see that. But anyways, yeah, just shoot the tentacles and then dodge the big like charge attacks. In a little bit, he'll do, yeah, right there. He'll do a big like missile barrage, I guess. And just if you have to, break it, and then right here he'll charge up and throw a lot of rocks. So just cover if you have to. I feel like I definitely didn't cover in time, but I didn't take any damage. So I guess I count it. Okay, I think right here is coming up the whatchamacallit, the elemental check. So just make sure you have your wind unit destroy that. Oh god damn it! Looks like I didn't break the tentacle fast enough. God dang it! Looks like it does regen. Oh well. For the most part, I mean, for the most part, this is just to farm the custom module, so I don't even know how important this is. Like, obviously, if you don't care about your perfect overload gear, this doesn't really matter. To, like, get perfect rolls or whatever, but, you know. If you care about that, then obviously this one is pretty important, especially if you have gear for, like, everybody. You don't really need to do the other ones, to be fair. But, you know. if you're like me and sometimes you are not getting the armor that you need for the people who are important, and you're stuck on, you know, an abnormal attacker helmet for fucking months for Amelia, then obviously you have to grind a specific boss for like a year. Oh well. I mean, like I said, in most of these bosses, having like Crown Naga combo is pretty broken, because even if you do take a fuck ton of damage, they'll like heal you pretty nicely anyways. And then Glitter will have your, what's it called, cover, get regen every once in a while, so that one's pretty nice. Okay, now that you can do a lot of damage once he has the his little head like exposed. Whoops. Okay, looks like we have a regular skill check. Be careful from the white ones, but fortunately I didn't think I'd do enough damage fast enough to get to the 4th stage this time actually, so I think I'm cooked. Dang it! Oh well, I mean, that's the basic idea for the first 3. I needed to have Sakura be a little stronger if I wanted to get higher. Oh well. Like I said, this is kind of just a basic guide. This does have to be updated in the future, like when I can get to all the stages, but I will deal with that when I get there. Yeah, that's basically the central like gist of some of these bosses. I will admit a lot of these bosses are a pain in the ass, but the rewards are pretty good. Like, you're guaranteed that specific gear. Like if you hit this, you're guaranteed that specific gear that you need. Unfortunately, it's a roll if the manufacturer, you know, is correct, and it's this correct class that you need, but what's the likelihood that you get griefed like for months, right? There's no way that would happen. Oh well. But yeah, that's essentially the gist of the bosses. Let me know what you guys think is the most annoying boss from that batch, but yeah, let me know what other teams you guys use for that too. Unfortunately, like I said, I still be using Amelia, even though she's not the best at bossing, but for sure after 1.5 I will update my bossing teams for that. Trust me, I definitely will. Oh well, that's it for me. So I'm gonna catch you guys later.